Are dungeon crawlers slash RPGs dead on Roblox? Will they stay dead? Here's my take on this. Okay, so let's talk about dungeon crawler and Roblox games with RPG elements in general. Now, for me personally, I was born in the 90s, I am 30, and I gotta tell you that the RPG world is my favorite gaming world ever. Not much into shooters, not much into house building things and stuff like that. I really always like to, you know, level up a character, put some time into it, become stronger than the others, and flex. That is just what I like. That's the kind of genre that I like. And now, over the years, now I've been on Roblox for quite a few years. I don't even know for how long. It's like 5-6 years, maybe, somewhere along those lines. Over the course of years, I've seen games pop in, pop out, and, you know, come and go, and I always noticed that there's this dark shadow behind every single RPG. Now, the highest concurrent player count is Dungeon Heroes, currently made by Twin Atlas, that also made Dungeon... wait, no, they're not... World Zero, that's what it's called, right? This is a game, for example, that has been around for a long time. It's been around for like 4 or 5 years. I still have videos 4 years ago of playing that game. I was actually not sick there, so that was cool. That was a nice time, you know, looking back and taking a look at it. So they kind of know what they're doing, right? But over the course of years, like Arcane Conquest, Elemental Dungeons, I mean, the list goes on and on and on and on. Games were there, games left. Actually, though, I think Elemental Dungeon was there for at least a year before it started to break down, but they always had this issue where developers, you know, don't throw out content, and I think content is probably the biggest issue because Roblox is such a fast platform. If we take something like Steal a Brain Rot, for example, right? So the Brain Rot scene is a new thing, but before that we had things with Skibidi Toilet, and before that we had other things, we had simulators. It's just like a name that they use for games that are already existing. For example, a game that I currently play right now is Brain Rot Evolution. I mean, we had these evolution games before. It's just literally swapped out a few elements here and there and they tried to make something new. I personally, for myself, I enjoy the game. People are kind of hating on me for it, but I'm gonna stick to my guns and I really, really enjoy the game. So I don't really care what anybody says. It is a game that actually has dungeons in it, so I like it. I like the idea of it. Anyway, so the thing over the course of years that I've noticed is the most important thing is a few things, like a few keystone moments. First of all, does it have a hook? And what do I mean with does it have a hook? It has to hook you to come back, not to just play it for 2-3 hours, then you go and you forget about the game. Like dungeon leveling, for example. When it released, it had such a crazy hook for me because I wasn't able to get these very rare items that I really wanted, so I set myself a goal. I'm gonna become level 50 and I'm gonna get a whole set of mythicals, and I did. So that is a really, really, really important factor to have the hook. For me personally, Dungeon Heroes, that has the highest concurrent player count in the dungeon runner scene, doesn't have that. So I played it a few hours. It's good for content. I can make some content on it. I played it for a few hours and I just noticed, man, there's no hook. Like, there's nothing I really want to thrive for because most of these skills that you have in the game are kind of mediocre. I know that there's like a mythical system in it and stuff like that, but there was just not the hook that got me playing again. But it got you playing again, so that's fine. I mean, maybe not you directly, but it has the highest concurrent player count. And if we go back to World Zero, that game has been living for about 4.5 years, man. This is a crazy, crazy time. And I actually do enjoy World Zero. I have a cooperation with these guys, so they're very generous and they help me out make content as well. So it's a good game. I wanted to get in deeper into it again. I used to play it when it came out, and yeah, anyways. So that it is. The hook. That's the first thing that the game needs. The second thing that the game needs is fluidity and just good core game mechanics. And this is where things are gonna get really difficult. And the good core game mechanics come from good math and good animations, right? If your math is right in your game, you know, you don't have to constantly rebalance like Bladus Rebirth, for example. If you don't know Bladus Rebirth, that's fine. I still put it into the category of an RPG because you had to level up your Beyblade, you have some PvP, PvE, you have a quest system, system, you have a lot of stuff. By now they've stopped updating the game, so the game's dead, but when it was active, I noticed that they had a lot of issues with rebalancing skills. They were dropping out like skills and balancing patches like on a weekly basis, and that kind of hindered them to make more content. It took a long time for them to actually in the end make a nice update. Took about months, you know, we're talking about 1 month, 3 months, stuff like that. It was a long time for one, and that is another point of why I think the dungeon scene currently is kinda dying and it's not on a good foot right now, and that is update content, okay? Let's take for example Dungeon Lootify. I know it is an alpha, I think they released way too early, but they did, obviously because they are trying to make some money as well so they can support the team, and I don't know how many people are working on it, but I know that they released way too early, and this is a phenomenon that I see so many, you know, game companies and developers and just, you know, people do on Roblox. They release too soon. They always do like pre-alpha, pre-this, alpha, beta, pre-release. These old things are fine and good. I understand that people want to bring out their, you know, their work to the people and they want to grab some money. This is the thing that early access does. As we have seen in Blue Heater 2, they did early access. You could buy it for like 20 Robux or something like that. It wasn't a lot, but that early access kind of destroyed the game because that game was so long in early access, and the algorithm of Roblox noticed that when they actually released, it started off very good. It started off with 10,000 concurrent players, and within the first week, the first 7 days, the game took ages to make. It dropped down to like 3,000. Now it's at 1,000. And that is the issue. Pre-releasing a game very soon without having enough content for the people to play. Although I do think that Blue Heater did already have quite a little bit of content, but it just feels like that the hook was missing. For me, it was the same thing. I played it when it first came out as a pre-release, as a pre-order or something like that, and the hook was non-existent. Zero. Literally zero. And I stopped playing after like 3 days. I didn't enjoy it very much, so the hook was missing of that game. Didn't miss on dungeon leveling, but for me now, dungeon leveling, the end game is very stale. So every single game that you take a look at misses something. They all miss something, and this is why I believe that the tainted shadow of dungeon games on Roblox, you know, they are there. It's real. And people, maybe you don't notice it right now, but if you are really, I've been watching these games for years and years and years. I know what the formula is. Sadly, I'm not really good, nor do I have money to make a game, but I do know that there's always specific points that are missing when it comes to dungeon games. You might not see it the way I do, but I have predicted the death of many games, and I'm very, I feel sorry for saying this. I believe that dungeon leveling might, I'm not sure with this one, but I believe that dungeon leveling might be part of this as well, because there's only one developer, and it's missing the team. It's missing the ideas. It's missing the manpower to build the game. It's missing the people that are developing. So if there's only one guy, let's take a look at a game. I mean, that's kind of crazy. If we talk about On It, for example, Bee Swarm Simulator, one guy, has always been one guy. Nobody else touched that game's code, just one person. He built something that is an automated machine. That's why it still cracks in at 30, 40, 50,000 after 10 years almost of releasing. I don't know, when was this released? Like 6 years ago or something, like a long time ago. I used to make videos on it back when I didn't even know what YouTube was. Like a long time ago. So, yeah, but the thing is, he built something. He built an engine, basically. This is not a game anymore. If you take Bee Swarm Simulator, like if you get into it, he built an engine, like a real engine. It just like works without updates. He updates, if you are lucky, once a year, and that is on Beesmith. That game has everything it needs. It has a hook. It has, it doesn't have the manpower, but it does have the hook. It has the end game, the early game. There's potential of content. It has YouTubers, a very loyal fan base. He built something. This is why, for me, if I would rate a developer on Roblox, he's definitely in the top 3 of the smartest and most skilled developers I have ever seen on Roblox. He might even be my #1. I don't know. I don't even play B-Swarm anymore. I used to make a lot of videos on it, but he's one of the smartest people on the Roblox platform, and he probably could become so much richer, so much more with all of this stuff that he does. Maybe he's rich, I don't know. But yeah, he built something that is the perfect game on Roblox because it works without having like, the game breaks a specific code. It breaks something, a rule. The game breaks a rule because Roblox is a fast platform, right? The algorithm doesn't like it if you don't update frequently. And this game literally broke this rule, this code of Roblox, and it still works because the player fan base is so huge. It's unreal, unbelievable. Anyways, what I want to say is that the dungeon scene is missing this developer. At one point, I thought Kimurox was that developer, and I think he can still turn out to be that developer because he is listening to the community, he is working really hard, but I don't know if he has the skill, for example, as an Onnit does, because it has to go to become this automated thing, and the game has been tainted with bad situations. It was taken down 2 times. The first time the game released had 10,000 players concurrent. It could have exploded that game, but he took it down, re-rolled the whole thing, like wiped the progress. Then it was released a second time, wiped it again, and he lost his fan base. And this is another thing. This is the tainted shadow that I'm talking about, and I don't think the game can come back from that. Now we have Dungeon Lootify, we have Dungeon Heroes, we have so many different games that are still around, and they have to work hard. It's not always, because there's a lot of greedy developers out there. There's a lot of developers out there that think that only their stuff matters, you know, only that what they say matters. They don't care about the fan base. And I, from experience, like Arcane Conquest, you know, like from experience, I foresee this, and nobody believed me. The video is online. People were hating on the video, and they said, no, this is in pre-alpha, this is in this and that. They're gonna, you talk a lot of smack. 1 month later, it died. It has about 50 players right now. So I can see these things just out of experience because I've been on this platform for such a long time. And I kind of have the feeling that dungeon leveling might take a nosedive here as well. I hope not. I hope not, because it's still a big part of the channel. I've foreseen it for Bladus Rebirth. Sadly, game is dead too now. And, you know, that's Roblox for you. If you are smart, if you make a great game, and there is a game that's in the works right now from a developer that I dearly hold a big place in my heart. I know these people very well, made a lot of videos for them, and they're working on something truly amazing currently. They might save the genre. Is it enough? Only time will tell. Let me know in the comment section what you think. Am I right? Am I wrong? Do you believe what I, said is right? Let me know in the comment section below, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one. Bye.